Hey, this is Prometheus with another This Week in Madden. I want to try to focus on some of the smaller channels and probably some of the less known channels. So, got some new channels, one repeat, and a few newer channels that you haven't seen before. Gonna give you basically a last minute play to help you get yourself in field goal range or slash get a touchdown opportunity with no time on the clock. I'm gonna show you a nice little RPO and then a couple defensive formations. One which was it was something that you might be worth labbing. Another one actually might be something you want to implement right away. So let's go ahead and jump into this right now. So this channel we're going to take a look at is Josh the God, 50 subscribers, brand new channel. Stumbled onto this video, but basically it's a really glitchy play out of the Patriots to go ahead and destroy prevent defense with no seconds left on the clock. This is a really good. It's good to have something in your back pocket that you might be able to move the ball at the end of the game. The only thing I can suggest to Josh the God is that you gotta pull out that background music, man. You don't want to get copyrighted if your channel starts blowing up. So it's better to go ahead and put your own music on the back of your videos. But really good tip. It was worth labbing. You might want to take a look at different variations of this play and see if you could throw it into your scheme for those last.
What's up, it's your boy joshthagod. I'm just going to show you a quick video on how to beat prevent defense. So all you're going to do is go to gun, and you're going to go to gun, Y off, trust Pat. Then the play you're going to pick is Pat's Y out. Make sure you have a fast receiver though. Pass Y out in the New England playbook. I don't know what other playbooks it in. Y'all probably know. Then I'm going to go to prevent defense. Prevent, and they actually have to be the play prevent. It only glitches out prevent, the middle one. Prevent defense. That's the only one it prevents out. So I'm gonna respot the ball. I'm gonna go way down. I'm gonna go down here. So y'all, this win games and get points before the half. I done did or done it before. Made my opponent mad. All I do is play money games. So you can run this stock. Just run this stock, and you will see RB get open. You will see Tavon Austin get wide open. I don't know why, but he gets open. I didn't even have time in the pocket right there, and look what happened. Cause y'all know the practice mode. The D-line get all the block shares everywhere. I don't know why.
This is Dill. I posted some one of his tips on this breakdown before this week in Madden, but it actually breaks down a money play, which is an RPO money play that allows you to attack your opponent in different areas, and if you really master it, it can be very annoying to stop. He'll show a breakdown of this RPO, and he says it really works very well down in the red zone. So not only is this just a breakdown of this how to run this play up and down the field, but it's also a play that you can run down in the red zone. Let's go ahead and jump to that right now.
So yeah, this playbook has a lot of kind of like RPO based offense right here, but the one we're going to be going over is RPO zone peak. Now on defense, I'm just going to come out in like a cover 3 sky right here. It doesn't matter for the first part that I want to show. So your first read in this is going to be, okay, are they guarding the flats with R1, right? Like, we're going to snap the ball right here, and you see they aren't guarding the flats, so boom, we pass it to Andrews. Nice little 2-5 yard gain, it can get up there in yardage. Now, the second thing you want to see is if they're using one of these linebackers, right? Specifically this one on the slant side right here. Do they overcommit and run towards like the inside zone, okay? So we're going to act like we're doing that. I'm going to blitz this guy right here, and we're saying, okay, he does that, then you hit the slant, right? So boom. That's the first 2 things you do right there, okay? Now, the third thing you can do, this play is actually kind of a triple option, okay? And hear me out, okay? So this is specifically with escape artist on your quarterback. I actually have been using the escape artist a lot. I used to think it was really bad, but now it's kind of like I can't really play without it. So we're going to snap the ball right here, right? And we're not going to throw the slant. We're not going to throw the flat. But look, if we take off with Lamar, okay, that time our tackle did get shedded. But a lot of times you can break off a lot of yards with your quarterback. Like right here, I'm going to snap the ball again. And if we just instantly take off, now obviously the linebacker was right there. But you see escape artist activates. Now, a lot of times when you're doing design QB runs like that, like you're intentionally running with your QB, you need the ability fast break. But in this play right here, you can take off with Lamar and you don't need fast break. break, and I know Lamar does have fast break, but just with escape artist, this works. Like, boom, we're just coming here, and then you see right there, just the AI, the linebacker couldn't keep up, and we have a really nice gate. So that's one way that I really like to run it, is if they do guard the slant, they do guard the flat right there, instead of handing it off to the running back, go ahead and run with your quarterback if you do have escape artists. Now, some other kind of neat things you can do, we can motion Brown over, and then it turns him into a hitch, and then we can motion him back, and then we have another option we can do on the play, right? So we have a hitch. We could also motion Snead over too and do the same exact thing. Like, we can't audible Brown to a different route or anything, which that would be pretty glitchy if we could, but we can't do that. We could do the same thing with Snead as well. Snead would probably be better because he's in the middle of the field. You see right here, boom, he gets on a hitch, and we're gonna motion him back. So now we have hitches on the field as well, and then this just turns into like 4 options. You know, we could hit the hitch, the slant, the flat, take off with our quarterback, or run with your running back. You have a lot of options on this play, and like I said, it's one of my favorite plays in the game. Like, I just really like being able to take off with the quarterback like that. Like, even if they do have safeties at linebacker and stuff right there, and they're just as fast as your QB, you're pretty much guaranteed, as long as your O-line holds up, probably about like 5 yards.
So this next channel is DiscipleTheColdestt. He's not necessarily a full-fledged Madden type channel. I think he does other stuff too, but want to talk about basically a defense that he found to lock up one of his, I guess, rivals that he plays online a lot. Is this the best like meta defense you can use against multiple players? Probably not, but I think this is a good example on how you can run into somebody that seems to completely lock up your offense, but you can actually have a lot of success against other people with your offense, and you're wondering, like, how did this guy shut me down? Sometimes you just stumble onto the right defense. So this is a defense that you might want to go check it out. This is actually a defense that got spammed a lot in previous Maddens, but this is how he runs it. Might be more perfect for what the guy he was going against, but it's worth taking a look at and labbing it yourself.
Really, this is just for the people who are looking for a defense that you don't have to make a lot of pre-snap adjustments before the play for it to work. I found a defense that worked really well without having to make a lot of adjustments or any at all in some cases. So I'm going to show you this defense against a player online that was pretty good, and it worked really well. But before I show you the gameplay, I'm going to talk about the defense that I'm running. So it's actually the dollar defense. I don't see a lot of people running this. This is out of the Kansas City playbook. I'm sure you can run this out of other playbooks, like anything with $326. And what I did is I ran cross 3 fire press, and I'm just going to run a play out of bunch, a common play out of bunch. Let's see. I'm going to switch to the linebacker that's blitzing, one of the linebackers that's blitzing. It could really be either one. I would choose the one that has more speed. I take my user and I just help out in coverage and lurk. I can usually hold up in coverage and allow my linebacker to blitz the quarterback. And one thing you can do if you feel like you need more help out in coverage, you can put this other linebacker that's blitzing out on a hard flat. And so now you have help out in the flat. He finally figured out how to attack this defense, and he was hitting me for big plays. He was killing me with the screen. The halfback slip screen is what I think he was running. I didn't adjust to it on this final drive, and if somebody starts hitting you with the halfback slip screen over and over again, what you can do to stop that is you take the linebacker on the side of the field that they're throwing the screen to on a hard flat. So you want to take the safety on this side of the field. It's really simple. It's a really simple adjustment. You just press A and up on the right stick, and then you choose the running back. You want him to play man on the running back. Then you want to take the corner on this side and play a hard flat. That should take away the screen if he wants to keep running it. He kept killing me with the go route as well. The go route on the outside can beat this coverage. So if somebody keeps killing you with the go route, what you want to do is you want to switch to one of the deep safeties. You want to take one of the deep safeties and put him on a deep half. And that takes away the go route because you'll have this safety and support. Then you can take your blitzing linebacker and put him on a middle third. And before I show you this game, I wanted to show you the stats of the guy that I was playing. But I don't want to showcase a defense for you against a player that's not very good. I use this defense against a player that's pretty good. He has a lot of wins, and you can see his stats are pretty good. So So this guy isn't a scrub. He's a good player. This defense shut him down for most of the game.
Throwing again. Jackson looking for Andrews again. He's got him this time. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is it.
And win. He's got to understand. Put it behind you. Keep pressing forward.
It's covered down here. Here's Jackson to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins.
Necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together?
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. 6 yards. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he...
Sack on the first play of this drive. That threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Steps away. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defense.
And finally, we're going to take a look at Deuce Close. Deuce Close is a well-established channel. He's been putting out some really good content. He puts up quality over quantity, so he doesn't put out a ton of videos, but he actually puts in long dissertations and videos and breaks down different types of coverages and how to attack the red zone. So it's more educational by nature. It's almost like attending a college course. So he's going to be methodically talk about the problems and how to overcome it. In this, he shows a defensive setup with drop zones and a particular coverage that he finds that locks up a lot of the meta offenses. I am going to flip to a version of this just because I was really impressed by that, because I've ran into some people that sometimes they just can't read the defenses correctly, and I'm sure that they're doing some type of strategy like this. So let's go ahead and jump into this. You'll love this breakdown, and this is something that you guys want to implement right away.
Of course, you'll want to set your zone drop adjustments. So these can be a little bit up to you, and kind of you can change them throughout the game, but just for simplicity, we'll stick with 25-yard flats, 5-yard curl flats, and 10-yard hooks. But these things you can kind of change up. I probably won't get too much into it, but odd cover 4 quarters. And so just to start off with, we will show you how this works against compression. Compress sets are always really popular in Madden, and this year is no different. They are still really difficult to cover. So before we get into the setup here, let's just quickly go over why playing zone or match zone against these types of formations is really stressful. So right now I just quickly audibled into cover 4 drop show 2, really popular play last year. You still kind of see it here and there in this year. And I'm going to create a sail concept on the right and a bench concept on the left. So with spot drop zones, those corner routes get underneath the deep zones and above the flat zones. And so it makes it really difficult for you to defend all these routes just with the zones that you're provided. Not to mention, if we go man match quarters, so I just reset this quarters play so it will be matching. It does a good job of covering sail on the strong side, but on the weak side, it kind of bugs out a little bit and you get this one-on-one matchup with the safety right there, and usually you can go for a one-play score. With match quarters, there's a number of kind of crazy things that you can do to make it work, but it is a lot of work, and it can be a headache, especially dealing with motions and flipping and things like that. So what I've ended up just doing is coming out of quarters and setting my zone drop adjustments as mentioned before, and I will put the corners into those deep flat zones. So then you have these guys playing the short flat, these guys playing the outside, intermediate zone area, these guys playing deep, but their roles are very interesting, and we'll get into that shortly. And in the middle, you can kind of mix it up a little bit. I'll probably get into this towards the end of the video, but one thing you can do is just globally zone on all your linebackers, and you get 2 nice hook zones in the middle there. And then the other thing I'll do is I'll press on every play. The reason why I press is so those deep cloud flats they sink essentially later, so that they can cover the corner routes and then cover the crossing routes deep. So if I keep them backed off with a 25-yard depth, you can still kind of squeeze in those corner routes underneath them. But if we press it, it's much harder. So now, if I create the same kind of thing, this might take a little bit of time. So we got sail on that side, and then we got some sort of a bench on this side. And if we do the exact same thing right here and we try to throw that, well, then we have a corner waiting to pick that off or make a play on the ball. So obviously, you know, we have the flat from the running back. He's taken by this guy. We have this corner route. It's taken by the corner over here. The safety takes the vertical, and we already showed on the weak side, the corner gets covered and the flat route gets covered as well. So what you're doing is on every possible play, you are covering the parts of the field that people want to attack, right? They want to attack the flats or the sidelines because that's not where your user is. And traditionally, we haven't really had the tools to defend those areas until this year with the zone drop adjustments. And in the middle, there doesn't happen to actually be any routes, but you know, we'd have a user defender coming down on any hooks, check down routes, anything like that, or if they're trying to hit a post in this area, we're there to clean things up. In this case, we didn't really have to do anything.
All right, so guys, once again, thank you for your support. If you go ahead and subscribe to these, go ahead and take a look at the very bottom. I'm going to go ahead and post the links to all these channels down in the notes or down into the comment section. And if you guys subscribe to the channel, let them know that I sent you to them. Just let them know that Prometheus recommended going to take a look at the channel. And if you guys have a channel that you want to promote, if you got some tips you want to promote and you want to be featured in one of these, let me know. Go ahead and give me a comment down below, and then direct me to your channel. I'll go ahead and take a look at what you want me to show you. So once again, thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.